What's happening, you guys? Welcome to a Tuesday tune-up. I'm J.M. Ryerson on Let's Go Win podcast. We were set to have a guest, and when you do live, sometimes they don't show. So the topic today was how to successfully transition from employee to a business consultant. And I've done that a long time ago, but I figured, you know what? I mean, we can definitely talk about that, but I want to talk about what the biggest challenges in actually transitioning from anything, whether you're trying to start your own business, whether you are looking to start a new career, follow that passion, write a book, name something that you're trying to do. And the number one thing, and I know Angela Duckworth, I believe her last name is, wrote a book. It's a great book called Grit. In my opinion, the most important thing that you have to have in order to succeed at anything is grit. It's 4 letters, Grit. And I'll tell you what, guys, it is the reason why you will succeed. It is also the reason why you will fail. If you lack grit and you allow things to get in your way, because guess what? They're going to. I promise you. I was doing a year in review, and I was looking back at the year. In 2022 is supposed to be this amazing year. It's going to be the best year ever. And then my dad passed away. Okay, that's not ideal. And so that definitely didn't help get things going. And then I have a business partner who is not adhering to an agreement. That's going to cost a decent sum of money. So the security net, the safety blanket, the safety security, it's all gone. That's gone. And then my father-in-law has a mini stroke. And then I just found out I have to have a total shoulder replacement. These are all things. That's just life that happens. And by the way, this is not me to tell you my sob story. It's just what happens. That's the way life goes. It is not about being in an ideal position. It's about staying positive, having the grit, persistence, tenacity to not allow these things to get you down and to keep pushing forward. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about, because guess what? It does. It sucks. There's times where it's like, man, this sucks. I just want to bury my head under the blanket and I just want to go back to what I knew, the easy stuff. But you know what? You are pursuing this passion, this business, this whatever relationship for a reason. So all these little things that come up, you don't let them get you down. Because if your why is strong enough, the how you'll figure it out. Nothing that gets in your way will stop you from obtaining that why, that what you're doing, that purpose. And so I just, again, I had a guest lined up. He wasn't able to make it for whatever reason. That's okay. I want to talk to you about some of the things I've been going through, because I think we all go through them. And when you're going through it, what are the tools that you use to find more grit? And so a couple of things that I've done through my journey, when things are really shitty, I find people that are positive, people that are going to lift me up, because I do believe there's 2 people in our life, ones that lift us up, others that bring us down. And I don't really think there's any in between. So when things are at its absolute worst, who is the person that's going to lift me up the most? Not tell me what I want to hear, not listen to my woe is me story, let me cry on their shoulder, but rather somebody that's actually going to maybe kick me in the ass, maybe, be that cheerleader that I need in that moment, maybe just to be that, okay, cool, the shoulder to cry on for a moment, but then says, all right, you done? You ready to go? Now, I'm lucky. I have many of those people in my life. I go to my wife for that. I have some amazing friends, both from the past and currently that have really come into my life. And so that's when I go to. I look first as, who am I surrounding myself with? So if you are in that moment where you are at your weakest, you're at that vulnerable state and you don't know if you can keep going, reach out to those people that are going to lift you up, because yeah, it sucks, man. That life, that country song happened. Now it's time to get up. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing that I'll do is I write. And I know I've talked about journaling, but when we are in our head about how crappy everything is, it sucks, man. You're up here and you are going around and around and you're building this up. So when I sit down and just write about what is happening, it allows me to vent without bringing anyone else down, without telling the world my problems. It allows me to see that it's not as bad as I think it is, and it's probably not as good as I think it is, but it definitely just lets my thoughts come onto that paper. So that's the second thing. So first thing, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they lifting you up? Reach out to those people. If they're bringing you down, definitely in the time of your weakness, don't be reaching out to them. Second thing is to write. The third thing is to just start moving. We are creatures we're hormones. We have all these things that can serve us, or there's things that aren't going to serve us. And so when you are getting your ass kicked, it is time to build some momentum. And the fastest way for a human being is to fire off some positive endorphins by getting the body moving. So if that means going to the gym and lifting weights, great, go do that. If that means going for a hike, fantastic, go do that. For me, it's typically that. It might be pickleball. It might be hitting the heavy bag. If I really got to get some frustration out, man, and you see me in the gym hitting the heavy bag, I promise you, things aren't ideal in my life, but it allows me to release this pent up stuff, this anger that I might be having. And it really serves to give me the grit, the strength. And so once I go through all that, then I look at, why am I doing, again, we'll talk about a business venture. Why am I choosing this path? What is it going to do for my life? And if your answer is it's going to provide freedom, it's going to fill my bucket, it's my purpose, it's going to give me more time back with my family, it's going to take care of my health. If you have that reason and it's bigger than, again, the fact that you lost a family member, or the fact that you have some shitty business partners from before, or the fact that you I don't know, you're having health challenges, that why will overcome all that. And what you realize is it's all noise. And I know that sounds terrible. And again, I love my dad, and that one hurt a lot. But guess what? I can't stay in victim mode. I don't want to stay in woe is me. I want to really validate, the fact that he brought me into this world and he taught me not to be a quitter, not to be, a victim, but rather to take responsibility for my actions. And so my why is to make sure that I honor him in the fact that he's passed, and the fact that a little shoulder thing, that's not going to get me down and keep me from achieving my dreams. That sounds so ridiculous when I say it out loud, but I got to tell you guys, when you get in your head and you start doing that merry-go-round in our head, it feels almost overwhelming, like the whole world is against me. But if you can just find that strength, and I think when you look at your why, that grit starts to get reinforced, because it doesn't matter what you're hit with. If your purpose, there's a strong enough why, nothing can get in your way. There's no amount of natural disasters or people trying to bring you down or financial setback that can truly get in your way of achieving your dream. So you know what? I'm bummed I didn't get to meet the gentleman that was going to share some insights, but you know what? This is something I want to share with you, because I think in our personal journey, it's easy to say, I'm alone. I'm the only one getting my ass kicked. No, I promise you, you're not. Anybody that's ever achieved something great in their life, whether that be an athletic endeavor, a great business, an amazing relationship, there's a lot of roadblocks. And I think in large part, it's just the world, the universe, energy, God, they're testing you to see How devout and committed to those things are you? And if you are able to persevere, how amazing is it going to feel when you get there? So, to anybody struggling just with anything that's happening and you need a little grit, I hope this episode gave you a little bit of that to say, I'm not alone, but I'm not going to wallow in my misery, but rather I'm going to get some grit. I'm going to persevere through whatever that is. I'm going to have the tenacity to go pursue my purpose, my dream, and you deserve that. So that's the show for today. I would ask you guys to share this with anybody and everybody that you can think of that is maybe had their butt kicked at one time, that is considering following a passion, or maybe they quit. Maybe they decided not to follow their passion. Share this episode, get them back on the horse, because we all deserve to live our best lives. I truly believe that. So share this episode out there. Please comment back. Let's Go Win 365, any of your social media platforms. Let me know your thoughts on it. And until next time, remember, your mindset matters. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening. If this content is delivering value to you, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us. That helps us build this community, and that is what we are all about. Building this community as big as we can, helping as many people as we can, and deliver as much value as possible. Be sure to head over to letsgowinpodcast.com for information on my coaching courses, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Let's Go Win 365. Let's go win and transcend in life.
This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, J.M. Ryerson.